Hi Tony, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you kindly.
You're wearing bright orange for a nice sunny day out today.
Yes, I mean, look outside. It's almost like spring, isn't it?
It is. It's almost spring. Um, I wanted to talk to you about the feeling of rejection. I know a lot of people can struggle with any form of rejection, whether it's through work or through family or through uh, um,
Relationships.
relationships. How do people get around it, or how do you define it, first of all?
So, what is rejection? Let us look at that. In simple terms, the emotion of rejection comes in when any person feels I'm not being understood. It is okay for me not to connect with this person, but I want to protect myself. I want to withdraw. Usually, this starts very early, I think, in childhood, because most of the people with whom I have worked and they have had this feeling of rejection, it originates in childhood. Am I trying to blame parents? No, I'm not blaming anybody. So, why does this rejection set in? Usually, 90% of the times, we do not understand that the person is sensitive about something. As a child, they could be sensitive about a game or something that they wanted. In adulthood, it could be in a situation of romance, it could be within friends. So let us take a whole different approach. Rejection, it could be, let's say, in work. Take a salesman. A smart salesman, he thinks, I will be rejected 19 times. It's a pattern, it's a numbers game, and the 20th time I will have a sale. But if a person is super sensitive, not cut out for that job, once, twice, thrice, 4 times the rejection comes and they think, I'm not good enough for this. And they give it up. Now, this give it up goes into abandonment. Usually, abandonment and rejection go hand in hand. Those who have felt rejection will abandon others. Those who have felt abandonment will reject others. And so it becomes a complex behavior later on in their lives. And they want to come out of it. It's not that they don't want to come out of it, but usually they don't know how. In romance also it happens, but here's the thing. Let's say a person has been rejected 3 times in romantic relationships. What happens is rejection makes them withdraw. And what is the reason of that? They think it is a pattern in their life. No matter what they do, life has set this pattern and it will happen over and over again. And that's not true. That's not true. What they have to do is overcome this, learn lessons, and be open. Why am I talking about openness? Because usually when they think it's a pattern, that rejection is coming time and again, a wall is built, and this armor which they wear, others are unable to get across to them. So they have to try and be open. And going back to communication, when I was talking about child or even in adulthood, communication is very important. So those who feel rejected should ask the right questions, should allow themselves to be open, and at least form a smaller circle of friends before they can start trusting. So trust becomes a big issue when people feel rejected over and over again.
Now, in your work that you do, you work with a lot of clients that have some of these issues.
Yes.
So, how do you help them turn that into a positive?
Well, first of all, I want them to break that pattern in their head, in their heart, and tell them this is not due to anything you did. It was just not meant to be. For example, let us take romantic connections. There are many women who have come to me and they don't want to get into a relationship, and yet they are very lonely. So the first thing I tell them is life is not a pattern. You have to be open. You have to communicate. Give life a chance. The second is learn the lessons from the past. Why did it happen? So see each of the situations separately. And a lot of people have grown, learned from it. And believe me, they have not only gone into better relationships, but they have also grown spiritually and helped others. But one of the major things, the root of all this, usually comes from childhood. So we go back into childhood, we go back into those situations and try to understand and try to feel how we can get out of it. It's a process. I mean, people who have these problems, they can come to me. They can visit my website, emotionalpower.ca, and it's a 3-hour session. But I don't want them to suffer with an rejection, abandonment, and feelings like this can be cured. I don't want to use the word cure. I think I used the wrong word. Can be overcome should be the right word. And one of the other things that I have seen, people who are rejected or feeling rejection and withdraw into their space, they usually get into some addiction. It could be workaholic. They work so much that they want to they don't want to feel the pangs of rejection or intoxication or whatever they have.
And these are all things that you work with?
Yes, yes. So I would say if anyone feels rejected or abandoned, they should not run away within. They should come out and enjoy life.
That's great. Thanks a lot, Tony. That was great.
Welcome.